Victoria, and today I'm going to be doing part 1 of my 2-part series, which is going to be my favorite high-end products and then their drugstore equivalents. I'm really excited about doing this because I thought it would be awesome and a really cool opportunity for you guys to check out some really great high-end products as well as some drugstore, and then you guys can decide which one you'd rather purchase based on what I say about them and also based on their pricing and their availability and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy and make sure you keep watching for this one as well as part 2. Alright guys, let's just jump on into it. My first set of products is going to be hair care products. So starting with my high-end product, it is going to be my Rusk Thermal Flat Iron Spray. Now, this is pretty amazing. It's a heat protectant, but it's also a flat iron spray, which means that after I flat iron or straighten my hair, it keeps it super straight, super shiny, super smooth, and smells amazing. So it's kind of amazing. And I love it for that. I absolutely love this product. I use it all the time. The only thing I do have to say that I'm not that crazy about at least, is that you do have to use kind of a lot to get the desired effect. But I don't mind because I love it to death. This was $17 at my hairdresser, but I'm not sure how much it is at other places. So again, I absolutely love this. My favorite thing about it is definitely the heat protectant factor. I feel like it just puts a stop sign out in front of that heat, but it still makes my hair really straight. Did that make sense? I don't know, but whatever. It works amazing. It keeps my hair so protected from the heat, like I just said, but I think it also makes it super strong against heat, which I love. It smells great. It keeps my hair just super straight and shiny and smooth, and I love it. So every time I flat iron my hair, I usually use my Rusk Thermal Flat Iron Spray as a heat protectant, as a frizz balm, as everything in one. So that is that. Now my drugstore equivalent for that has to be my Garnier Fructis Style Sleek and Shine Flat Iron Protector. It is about 2/3 to 3/4 the size of that bottle, and it's a third of the price. It's only $5, whereas the Rusk one is $17. And this, again, is just a really great drugstore product. I find that it works really well at keeping my hair protected from the heat. It doesn't do as good a job as Rusk's, but for the price, I think it does a pretty amazing job. It keeps my hair super straight and shiny and smelling amazing. I mean, they both just smell so good. I think that if you took spring and put it in a bottle, that's what these guys would smell like. They both smell absolutely amazing. And then like I said, I don't think it works as well as a heat protector, but I think it definitely makes up for it in the fact that this has a 48-hour straight finish. It doesn't last exactly 48 hours, but no hair products ever last for what they say, the amount of time they're going to. But I find that this one does go pretty closely, and that I can sleep with it, and in the morning it's still straight enough to wear out again and down. So I absolutely love these guys. So those are my top high-end, and then the drugstore equivalent for my favorite flat iron protector. Now the next thing is going to be in face care. So to start off with my high-end, it has to be this guy. I feel like there should be like a choir of angels singing right now, because I just introduced to you my Gaga for Glow Facial Scrub by Clean Scene, which is a brand by Murad. You can find this at Sephora, and basically it's just a scrub. It's not an everyday facial scrub, but it says to dismiss dullness, get scrubbing 3 times a week for super smooth skin that never gets mixed up with a rough crowd. And that's pretty much exactly what it does. I don't have acne-prone skin, but I have really oily skin. I mean, some days I'll just wake up and my skin will look like a crayon. That's just how waxy and oily you can get. But the great thing about this is I only have to use it 2 to 3 days a week, and it still keeps my skin looking so glowing and gorgeous, but without making it look oily. And that's one of the hardest things to find, because every other scrub I use, it strips my skin, gets rid of all the oils, and makes me look crackly and gross. But if I don't use a harsh scrub, then I'm super oily and waxy and gross. So this guy is the perfect happy medium. It is a little bit on the pricier side. It's around $25, I believe, and it is a pretty small bottle, but it lasts for a really long time, and it works absolutely amazing. So that is that guy. Now for the drugstore equivalent, it has to be from Clean & Clear, because you guys know it's my favorite drugstore face Face care, I guess, face care brand. So this is the Deep Action Exfoliating Scrub, of course, in oil-free. So this is just what this puppy looks like. It's gorgeous. And again, this is still a really awesome facial scrub. It's super amazing at exfoliating. I use it like 3 times a week. If I'm not using my Murad at all that week, then I'll go ahead and use this puppy. It just does a really good job of exfoliating my skin and getting rid of all of the dirt and the pores and all that greasing. I just get grossed out talking about it. But all of that gross stuff, it just like gets out of my skin. And I really like that. The only thing I have to say about this guy is that occasionally it can be slightly on the harsh side if I use too much or if I scrub too roughly. So you just want to be careful when you're using it. But again, I mean, it's a lot bigger. It's probably about double the size as my Gaga for Glow one, and it is 1/5 of the price. So if you're looking for an amazing drugstore face care product, I would definitely recommend Clean & Clear, the whole brand, but this one specifically. So my last 2 products are pretty amazing, both of them, but one's just super amazing. And that has to be my Too Faced powder brush. Yeah, it's the Too Faced Teddy Bear powder brush, and first of all, I would pay any amount of money in the world to get something that was that cute. And I would pay any amount of money to get something that had black writing on a pink handle with a little black bow. I mean, I think we all would. But then the fact that it has like ombre hair, I mean, this hair is better than my hair. That's kind of crazy. But anyways, this is expensive, but let me tell you, when I say there's nothing in the world that is softer. I don't know how to explain this. The closest thing I can think to explain this would be if you took a baby's butt, well, actually probably to one butt cheek. If you took a baby's butt cheek, dipped it in powder, and then used that butt cheek to apply the powder to your face, it would not be as soft as this. I mean, that's about all I can say about this. It's just perfection. And I got it for Christmas, so I'm not 100% sure how expensive it is, but I know that these guys can get to be pretty expensive, so I would definitely recommend asking them for, say, Christmas or your birthday or something, but it is definitely worth the investment. Trust me. Trust. Amazing. Now, my drugstore equivalent has to be my Real Techniques powder brush. It just looks like this. It's a big old, very fluffy powder brush. It's not as soft as my Too Faced one, but it's probably the softest drugstore brush that I've ever used. You can actually find them at some high-end stores though, but I think the places where I've gotten mine are Target, TJ Maxx, and I want to say 1 or 2 at CVS, but I'm not 100%. So this is what it looks like. It's super big and fluffy. The one thing also that I love about it is that there is like no fallout. For me, every time I use a drugstore makeup brush, for some reason, by the time I'm done, I look like a gorilla because I'm covered in the bristles of the brush. They just like fall off and are attracted to my face, which isn't necessarily good. But this guy, I have never had a problem with fallout. It's super soft. The one thing that I do wish was a little bit different, I wish it was a little bit smaller, because if I'm trying to control my powder to more of like my T-zone to give me more of a matte finish there, then it is a little bit harder to do without getting powder all over the place. But I still really love it, so that is that guy. So those are all of my favorite high-end products as well as their drugstore equivalents. So I'm just going to run through it one more time just so you guys can get all the info. So to start off, my favorite high-end flat iron protector is the Rusk Thermal Flat Iron Spray. But its very easy drugstore equivalent is the Garnier's Fructis Style Sleek and Shine Flat Iron Perfector. By far, let me just say, my favorite high-end facial scrub is the Gaga for Glow Facial Scrub by Clean Scene, which is a Murad brand, and the easy drugstore equivalent is Clean & Clear's Exfoliating Scrub. This is the Deep Action one and oil-free. And then my absolute favorite high-end makeup brush is the Too Faced powder brush, but any drugstore equivalent by Real Techniques is amazing as well. So these are all of my favorite high-end products and their drugstore equivalents. I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure you stay tuned for part 2.